Today I started a new Pokemon game to me, Pokérogue, in which battles are procedurally generated and loot is handed out. To form your team, you have a point system of which you have 10. Each starter Pokemon is worth 3 points. I chose to take 3 of my favorite starter Pokemon: Fuecoco, Popplio, and Trico. The first encounter was a Bidoof. I chose to send in Fuecoco and hit it with an Ember, taking most of its health. Following up with a Tackle was enough to take it out. I was excited to see what our first rewards would be and what the shop looked like. We didn't need to buy anything yet, but knowing how expensive things would become, I grabbed the nugget as the loot, preparing for the future battles. The next battle was almost a quick. We got lucky and were tasked defeating a combi. All it took was 1 Ember to take it out and bring us to our next rewards. Seeing as I was good with the current team and didn't want to lure out a much stronger opponent, I decided to pick up this new item, hoping it has some new interesting use in the future. Level 3 brought us our first double battle of the run. I encountered a Wurmple and Wooloo. Not much of a challenge. I sent Fuecoco to take out the Wurmple with Ember, and had Popplio use Water Gun on the Wooloo. The Wurmple was down, but the Wooloo was still up with a bit of health. It used Growl, lowering both Fuecoco's attack and Popplio's. But it didn't matter, it had almost no health left. To finish off the Wooloo's health bar, I used Ember and Pound. We got another victory. This gave Popplio some XP as well as out first level up on Fuecoco. Still not needing a potion yet, we grabbed the Enigma Berry. It would heal the holder by 25% if hit by a super effective move. Seeing as my main Pokemon is Fuecoco, I decided to put it onto him and moved on to the next encounter. The next encounter was a Lechonk. Wanting to earn another level on Fuecoco as quick as possible, I continued to lead with Fuecoco. I used Ember and took the Tackle from Lechonk, leaving it burned. I fired of a second Ember off at the Lechonk and put it down. Fuecoco, having took multiple hits at this point, was looking in need of some healing. I chose the Super Potion from the rewards and quickly applied it to Fuecoco. Stage 5 was the first trainer battle of this run. He led with his Rattata, and I led with my Fuecoco. He took the first turn using Quick Attack to chip away at my health, while I followed up with an Ember from Fuecoco, almost taking it out. I took another attack from the rat and took him out with a second Ember, bringing Fuecoco to level 7. His second Pokemon was a Weedle. It used String Shot on me, causing my speed to go down. This was no matter, as 1 Ember was all that was needed to finish it off, winning us our first trainer battle. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted from the rewards from this round. I ended up deciding on Pokeballs because I felt soon I was going to need to expand my team. The next encounter was a double. I chose to lead with Fuecoco against the Spearow and switch out the Popplio for Trico to get him some XP. Fuecoco used Ember on the Spearow, dealing decent damage, while the Trico used Leafage on the second Pokemon Taillow. I didn't want to do much damage to Taillow because I planned on catching it. The Taillow had used Peck on the Trico, dealing super effective damage, almost killing it. Fuecoco was doing well, either it was almost in the red for health as well. However, this boosted all his damage for the rest of this battle due to his ability Blaze. I swap out Trico for Popplio and tank the hit form Taillow. Using Tackle, Fuecoco quickly takes out the rest of the health for Spearow, leaving Taillow alone and ready to be caught. I waste my Fuecoco's turn and decide to see if I can catch the Taillow. I select one of my 10 Pokeballs and throw it, hoping that the Taillow decides to stay in the ball. The Taillow is caught and its stats come up on screen. To my luck, I got a Taillow with the ability Guts, which means when it gets a status effect, its attack will be raised by 50%. This was big for the team. From the rewards, I grabbed the potion because Trico was in dire need of some healing. For the next encounter, I kept Fuecoco in, and I also kept Popplio in. The combi sends a gust at Popplio, bring its health down to half, while Tandemaus sends Fuecoco to a singular health enabling his Blaze ability. A quick Ember from Fuecoco takes out the combi, while a Water Gun from Popplio takes Tandemaus into the red. The XP from combi brings Popplio to level 6 and giving it the move Disarming Voice. Popplio prepares for another Water Gun, but is unfortunately crit by the Tandemaus, knocking out Popplio. A follow-up Ember from Fuecoco kills the Tandemaus, getting us another reward. Fuecoco leveled up to 8, and I swapped in Tylo for the fainted Popplio. In the shop, I go to buy a revive to bring back Popplio into the fight. After bringing back Popplio, I forget to exit the revive menu and spend the next 30 seconds trying to apply a revive to my Fuecoco, thinking the item I've selected was a potion. After finally realizing that, I went back to the shop and selected the potion from my rewards. I gave that potion to Fuecoco, healing it back a bit before the next fight. Our 8th encounter turned out to be our rival. We are set already at a disadvantage, having our front of the party being a fire type with half health, and our rival's front runner is Sobble, a water type. I go in for a pound in Sobble, but I'm quickly met with a water gun, knocking my Fuecoco out immediately. I immediately switch into my Trico, hoping to acquire a type advantage. It was under-leveled, but I felt it would be fine. Unfortunately, my rival decided to also swap and put in its other Pokemon, Pidgey, leaving me yet again at a type disadvantage. I start throwing out pounds on the Pidgey. This got my rival's Pidgey down to half health. The Pidgey used Sand Attack to lower my accuracy, as well as healed back up to 3/4 HP using a held Citrus Berry. Trico got knocked down to 1 HP, but before it got knocked out, it managed to land one more pound onto the Pidgey. I swap into my Tailo and go with Peck to deal the remaining damage to Pidgey and get Sobble sent back out. Tylo grows to level 6. Sobble outspeeds me and lands a water gun on me, dropping my health down to 2. I manage to land my Peck, dealing about 1/3 of its health. Knowing that Sobble would outspeak again, I let my Tailo fall for a clean swap in. I select Popplio, and I put it into battle. Sobble again outspeeds and uses Pound but doesn't kill. I use Disarming Voice, knocking it out and winning the rival battle with Ivy. Popplio grows to level 7 from the XP. Our rival jokingly accuses us of cheating to win, but quickly apologizes and gives the amazing item. We receive a key item, the XP share. Now we can sweep with our main without needing to swap for XP. Our other reward for the battle was also super good, a max revive. I immediately pick this as my reward and use it on my Fuecoco to get him back up for the next battle. Swapping in Fuecoco, I go to attack with Ember, taking out half the Fido's health. Fido outspeeds a second time using Lick and leaves my Fuecoco paralyzed. I attempt to use my Ember a second time while paralyzed, and I succeed. This knocks out the Fido, and I hope for a reward to cleanse away my paralysis. Finding no paralysis heal, I use some of my earnings to buy a revive for my Tailo. Once Tailo was back up, I chose the reward of a potion, and I applied to my Popplio, and entered the final stage of Part 1. The boss of Stage 1 was a Centauret. Bosses have different health bars. You have to kill them twice on Stage 1 and 3 times on Stage 2, and so on. I lead with Fuecoco. Centauret uses Defense Curl. I blast him with an Ember, taking out the first health bar. Fuecoco gets with a Scratch and retaliates with a second Ember and knocks out the boss of Stage 1. Fuecoco grows to level 9. Our reward for defeating the boss of Stage 1 was an XP charm, increasing all our future XP from battles. The screen fades to black and reveals to us Stage 2. That's where I'm going to leave it for today. Next video, we will face off against the mighty Bidoof and clear out the next 2 stages of this Pokemon roguelike. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. And if you'd like to see more of this content from me, subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay up to date with my uploads. Leave me your challenge ideas in the comments below.